Sziasztok! Kata vagyok Magyarországról. Ebben a podcastben a digitális műveltségről, készségekről és online biztonságról fogunk beszélni. Hello, my name is Kata. I'm from Hungary. In this podcast, we'll be talking about digital literacy and online safety.
Én is Magyarországról vagyok. I am also from Hungary.
Ja tere, olen Maria Eestist ja selle podcasti teema on digitaalne kirjaoskus ja internetiturvalisus ning see podcast on projekti Safenet osa, mis on Prantsusmaal ka Bretonis. Hello, I'm from Estonia and the topic of this podcast is, as was said before, digital literacy and online safety, and this project is a part of the Safenet project in Cabreton.
I'll redo mine, I'll cut it afterwards. Sziasztok, én is Magyarországra vagyok. Én Havent szoktam használni a nevemnek. I am also from Hungary. My name is Haven.
Okay, thank you. So, to begin this conversation, how do you define digital literacy?
To me, digital literacy is the skills to be able to recognize the intention behind the words and content on the internet, as well as the ability to use online tools effectively.
I would agree, but also I believe that the term itself is usually largely misrepresented, and as with many terms that are used online, has morphed into something completely different over time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and talking of online presence, what do you think? What are the threats nowadays online?
I think, especially nowadays with the rise of large language models and AI tools, there is exponentially more misinformation on the internet day by day. And a lot of people are unable to recognize AI-generated content. And even without thinking about AI, there's just simply so much content on the internet that's meant to mislead. And most people who didn't grow up with the internet or weren't taught properly how to stay safe can't recognize when something is made to enrage them or take advantage of them and not actually tell them information.
Yes. The threats online. Yeah, I think the AI generated content might be the biggest threat currently. Like even I, who had seen it when it started, so being online, can't recognize any pictures anymore. So it happened to me multiple times that I saw something and then just thought that it was a normal picture, only to then realize from the comments or from other follow-up posts that it was actually AI.
And what do you think about the usage of personal data online and our digital footprint?
I think it's kind of scary that we can just find out about ourselves if you're active online and active, especially under your real name, which is something that no one should be doing. But it's also scary how much info is being gathered about us.
I think these internet companies being so unregulated and so greedy is what caused our internet to be this way, where a bunch of platforms now require you to sign up with your real name and with your ID and all of those things, where the internet really should be anonymous for safety of both parties. And the way these companies gather unlimited, incredible amounts of data for use of basically tracking advertising is just so heinous, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you. And what do you think? How this topic should be taught in schools for children, for young people?
I believe that there should be probably a class about this. Like, for example, in Estonia, a lot of times people have, I don't know if it's common nowadays, but when I was younger, there used to be a mandatory informatics class. So, about how to use digital tools and something about online safety. I believe that more schools should do that over the world. Yeah.
In Hungary, we also have mandatory so-called digital culture classes, but the problem is the curriculum is really outdated. What is taught in those classes is important, like Excel and Office suites and such things, but it's really missing all the important online safety parts. And I think revamp of the curriculum and just simply a more often updated curriculum would improve that class significantly. And also, as far as I know, currently digital culture as a class is only for classes 1 and 2, and I mean years 1 and 2 and 9. So that's not enough to teach these skills, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. And what do you think? What about the older generations? How they should be thought about these threats online?
The thing about older generations is that it's harder to convince them to learn, and they might not have a lot of time to study it if it's like a course. But I believe that maybe the younger people should teach their parents and people of older generations that they know about it. Not like a lecture or something, just answering the questions when they come up or commenting on something. Like if your mother, for example, sends you an AI kitten video, then yeah, I guess you should explain that it's not real, sadly.
I think just simply in two ways this should be improved, that these companies should be regulated to be more transparent in what they're doing. So like these AI tools should have disclaimers about their risks on them. And also I think there should be a freely available high quality course for adults in this topic. Even better if it's some kind of incentive, like some kind of bonus or tax break from the government for doing this course, as is done in Hungary for a lot of family-related things, because this is still a very, very important skill in today's world.
Okay, thank you. And in your experience, what unsafe behaviors have you seen online, if any?
A lot, actually. For example, people posting under their real names, their faces, the places they live in, basically everything that could be used to find you. Also, posting pictures of your routine days, like when you go to school, or what do you do there, that feels really unsafe to me. Also revealing what exact places are you in, like even if it's in comments under some post, that's still unsafe. Don't do that.
Yeah, I have seen those things that were talked about, but what I've also seen is that a lot of children who lack other social spaces tend to put way too much trust in their online communities and can overshare with those people to the point that it's dangerous. Like some children that talk about their traumas or where they live or their exact school with people online who they don't really know. And I think the solution to this specific one is giving more social spaces. to children, not just restricting the online ones. What I also see is a lot of people using tools such as AI without truly knowing how it works, what it's doing, and what its risks are. Because while I personally don't like these tools and don't use them, I can see some use some people could have of it. But for example, my mother is using it for almost everything, even for such things that are much better left untouched with AI. So if people would be taught their real use and real risk, I think there would be a lot more responsible usage of such things.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you for your ideas and thoughts. Now, as a closing question, my last question to you is that what do you think more people should do to be safer online?
Well, as we talked about it, we think that the internet should be a lot more anonymous. You shouldn't really post under your real name. You shouldn't post the real places that you often go to, and just simply being more careful and distrustful, so to say, of strangers, but especially companies on the internet, could prove very useful for people. Because what I see a lot of people doing is that they trust these social media companies to act in their best interests, even though in reality, it's often the opposite.
I would add that you also need to double check, no, not everything, but the thing, not everything, but even the things that are way too obvious, like you don't need to check everything. Just oh my god, I forgot where I was going with this point. Let's cut it out later. Yes, so double check and don't be afraid to ask everyone, not anyone, about anything. Yeah.
And elaborating on this point, don't act on information before you're completely sure of its legitimacy. So what I see, for example, my grandmother doing is that she sees a post on Facebook and immediately thinks it's real. And if the post shows something outrageous happening, if she believes it immediately, then she would think that such bizarre and horrible things are happening in this world, even though those posts are only made to cause enragement and engagement as well, but it's all fake.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.